Germany's 5 biggest cities lie perfectly on a 4th degree polynomial. Does it need to be said? I'm sure everyone understands what's wrong with this, right? Cyprus is not in Germany. We couldn't have got off to a worse start if we tried. Why doesn't China pull a Hannibal and take all this land while the Russian troops are in Ukraine? And I'll tell you the truth, I don't remember that part of the Silence of the Lambs. For a China perspective, it looks like a great idea if you know nothing about China or Asia for that matter. If you were to invade Russia, you would have to do it in the summer because in the winter, that part of Russia, your tanks wouldn't get through. But the problem is, if you do it in summer, Mongolia actually expands that time of year. It's better to just stick to yourselves. Why are people afraid to cross the green line? Well, we're slowly getting there, but it still seems a large portion of the American population don't understand the offside rule. All European capitals lie on a straight line. The Silk Road, if it was done by American town planners. Wide, nonsensical. Covered in red 40. Yeah, narco-terrorism, trust me. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if this is AI generated or not. I really hope it isn't, but this is one powerful image. Obviously, if you don't read the news, then you will have no clue what goes on. So what he's trying to depict is the fact Florida sucks. Fun fact, you can draw a perfect line through Memphis, Tennessee, Duluth, Minnesota, and the Chick-fil-A. Wow. You spelled Sacramento really wrong. Unless he is actually implying what I think he's implying. But if that was the case, then I don't believe him. I honestly don't. If he really shot himself, he wouldn't be breathing. Why are there no shipping ports here? I think I've gone over this one before, but I'm not exactly certain. Think for a minute. Think. I know you can do it. Just think. Ask yourself this. How are you going to get a boat there? There's a massive red circle in the way. You can only live and travel within one colour strip for the rest of your life. Which one are you choosing? This may be overconfidence on my behalf, but I reckon if I lost a bit of weight, I could live quite comfortably on the black lines. Just kind of like a free-moving spirit, if you get what I'm saying. And I'm sure there's a Walmart on one of them. I'd probably go for this like light blue area. I think it's severely underrated. You've got places like New York, Massachusetts, Winnipeg. 99.999% of Americans don't know how big Luxembourg is. I mean, count me in now as well because I had no clue. Also, not to mention a really interesting and unique version of colonialism going on right here in Luxembourg. Normally, they just stay where they are. I've never seen a country hoard them before. I mean, I guess it's kind of wholesome. What even happens here? Hunting, gambling, outdoor boys YouTube videos, and jaywalking. Countries starting in letter I are in a straight line. Idaho? Guess where I am from based off this map I drew from memory. Once again, like, is this really meant to be impressive? I reckon I could hand a pen to a legally blind man, ask him to draw Italy, and he would quite literally look like a cartographer. Quite literally the easiest country you could possibly draw. This means nothing to me. Europeans building a 37-kilometer underwater tunnel? We did do that. Europeans building a simple 14-kilometer bridge. In all honesty, I can kind of understand why they didn't go ahead with this design. I'm no bridge expert, but there's far too many gaps in that. Meteor almost hit the visitor center. I honestly don't want to explain it because it makes me myself feel like an idiot, but it's my job, I guess. It didn't almost hit the visitor center. We told it where to land. A map showing where Forrest Gump ran across the US. Was that how long it was? Didn't this guy like supposedly have a disability as well? Hey, listen, I understand. Sometimes that 3 a.m. motivation just hits. Running from Alabama to California is a feat in itself. He's continued on and decided to run to Maine. There's no reason why anyone on this planet would even visit Maine in a car, let alone on feet. He then went on to Idaho and then stopped later in Washington. I mean, that's kind of a small stretch, isn't it? You could definitely tell his heart wasn't really in it. And then he ran to South Carolina and then to North Carolina. And then finally, he stopped in Northern Arizona for some reason. You'd absolutely hate to be friends with this guy on Strava, wouldn't you? This still blows my mind. This is what the United States would look like if every state except Colorado and Wyoming were upside down. What if Donald Trump done this one day and then pretended that it was always like this? Have we got a plan in place for that? The majority of Americans can't locate Venezuela on this map. It's right here, right next to the Suez Canal. If that doesn't prove I'm not American, then I don't know what will. The Suez Canal! There would be unprecedented levels of European leaders monitoring the situation if this happened. You know what's crazy is, I think this might actually happen. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Trump does have a massive love for ice. A geographic quirk. The United States southern border is almost identical to Mexico's northern border. It's one of those things that obviously don't need explaining. It's because of Pangea. The same reason why Alaska and Papua New Guinea perfectly line up. This really puts things into perspective. Land under Argentinian sovereignty. Okay, little diagram of Wyoming. Land under Chilean sovereignty. Wyoming. Land under Bolivian sovereignty, Wyoming. Land under Argentinian, Chilean, or Bolivian sovereignty, Wyoming. Well, I mean, I guess if no one wants it, I'll have it. It's not really much maintenance to do, I guess. It doesn't have grass. It has 2 elevators. It's got a massive world-ending supervolcano. That's a bit of a problem. I mean, with the world-ending supervolcano, I think we should just, like, get it out of the way. I don't even think we need explosives either. I just say we get some Coke and Mentos and just see what happens. Anyway, matter of fact, where is Argentina?